Hello guys, I am so excited. Recently I filmed a continuing series I'm in the middle of video. And today we are gonna do something even better. We're gonna finish some series that I am in the middle of, and I can't believe it. Cause like, I don't realize that I'm in the middle of so many things because we have all of like the interconnected standalones and this and that. And then I look at my books and I'm just like, we're in the middle of a lot of things and we need to get through it. 3 books we are going to read. The first book I have on my Kindle, I don't have physically, and that is Dear Hannah by Zoya Stage. This is book 2 in like the baby teeth world. I read book 1, gave it 3 stars. That is in my reading horror books video. And now we are reading Dear Hannah. I have already started it. I'm about 1/4 of the way through and I do plan on finishing this today. Just let it be known that some things may be stated that may be sort of spoilery for all of these books, as it's hard to talk about a book that's the end of a series without mentioning things that may have happened in the previous installments. So if you are averse to spoilers, you aren't caught up, you haven't read these, just be aware. If I say anything that I think is going to be a blatant spoiler, I will warn you. Dear Hannah is book 2 from the Baby Teeth book, and this is about, in Baby Teeth was about Hannah, the 7-year-old daughter, and Suzette, the mother. And this is about Hannah, and this is 16 years later. She is an adult, she is married, she has a stepdaughter, and she's still off her rocker, okay? She still has some mental health things that have not been resolved, figured out, taken care of. And in this book, it is basically about her life now, and she originally liked her stepdaughter, and now she's not like the biggest fan. So terrified to see where this goes. Then we have the last book in the Knock 'Em Out series. This is Things We Left Behind. I keep forgetting which book is which. This is the purple book, and this is, I believe, about Sloane and Lucian, and it's their love story, and I'm excited because Sloane is a librarian, and I do love a book about a book. I'm sure there will be some sort of mystery in this. The other 2 have had some sort of mystery aspect in it. And then it says at the end of this, until Lucian learns the hard way that leaving Sloane is impossible. At the very least he can do is to keep her safe. So I'm pretty sure Lucian is kind of like, it says he's a lean, mean, vengeance seeking mogul. I feel like he like seems kind of like a mob boss in the other books, but I'm intrigued to see where this goes. And the book I'm most excited for / sad for is hold on, I'm trying to see in here. It's like 2 books technically. It's got the novella is in the back of it, because this book seems really long until you learn that this whole part right here is the novella. And this is Bad Blood by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, as well as 12. And you best believe I will be counting these as separate reads. We are going to be finishing the Natural series. Bad Blood is book 4 in the Natural series, and in this book, I'm not going to say anything because everything I could say about this is like a major spoiler for the other books, but in this book I'm pretty sure we're gonna get my favorite character, Leah's backstory. If you're unfamiliar with the Natural series as a whole, it is about a group of kids. We have Cassie and Dean. They are both profilers. We have got Leah. She is a professional liar and lie detector. We've got Michael. He can read facial expressions. And we have got Sloane. Another Sloane. 2 books with Sloane. That's weird. And we have Sloane, and she is like has an eidetic memory, statistics, all of that. And basically it is like it says the Natural says Criminal Minds for the YA world, and that is very true. This is a YA thriller, and in these books it is about them being a part of this program called the Naturals, which is where they work with the FBI to solve cold cases, and then they accidentally always get involved in active cases. And this is the last installment, and I'm so excited, but also so sad because I don't want them to end. And from what I know, the novella 12 is like years later. And Just Allie posted, she's like, I just wish that like Jennifer Lynn Barnes would give us like a little novella once a year, just like updating us on how they're doing. And I'm like, I haven't even finished it, insane. I would love that. But we're gonna read these 3 books. These 2 are quite chunky. Dear Hannah's only like 300 pages. So I do plan on finishing this book today. Like I said, I am 25% through, and this is on Kindle Unlimited if you are curious. It says I have 4 hours left, and I just like really don't believe that at all. I would say probably like 3 maximum. But let's go, baby. Okay guys, I cannot believe that by the time this video is done, we will have finished, completed 3 series that I'm in the middle of. That sounds very enlightening and great. I'm about to sit down and start Dear Hannah. I probably won't check in until I'm about halfway through. It's only a 331 page book, and as like I've done one of these videos before, and I felt it was really hard to talk about the books because I didn't want to spoil anything from the previous books, but you guys are watching a continuing series video. So if you haven't read the previous books in the series, then maybe fast forward through some things. I will preface if I say anything spoilery, and I'll have my editor, aka my husband, put the timestamps of where to fast forward to. But yeah, we're gonna get into this. This is the sequel to Baby Teeth, and Baby Teeth is about our gal Hannah and her mother Suzette. It's dual point of view, their first book, and she's 7 in that book, and she's kind of like a deranged child. She keeps getting kicked out of every school that she's in for like pooping on the floor, throwing poop all over the place, setting trash cans on fire, abusing her teachers, abusing the other students, like just being deranged. And in that book, she like doesn't really speak ever. Like she knows how to, she just chooses not to. And she's just nuts, and she's like trying to kill her mom all the time and whatever. And she ends up in that book, slight spoiler, skip forward like 2 seconds, in some sort of institution. Welcome back. And so this book is, I believe, I don't know how many years later. I think like 20 years later or something. I will check right now. I already have it up. Don't you? No, I don't. 16 years ago. And this book is, she's been through extensive therapy, and she is writing letters to her younger brother. There was no brother in the other book. And now she's married and a stepmother. So very intrigued to see where this goes, because I don't think she should be a mother to a hamster, let alone a human. So let's go see what crazy Hannah gets up to now. Okay guys, I'm 25% into this. It says it's gonna take me 4 hours. I think 3 max. I am buddy reading it with my friend Christy, but we just decided that we're gonna like not continue the buddy read. We're just gonna both try to speed read through it so we can move on to Bad Blood, because we're both so excited about it. And basically in Fable, which is, we have like our own little club where it's just the 2 of us. But like Bad Blood, or not Bad Blood, this book like isn't like, they don't even have like the picture. And in Fable, if you've used it before, usually it has like all of the chapters right here. Like I'll show you book club. It has every chapter broken up. This one doesn't, because it's like not a popular enough book, I guess. So it's just been really annoying. So we've decided to give up on doing that. And we're both just gonna read it to try to finish it today so we can start Bad Blood. Excited but nervous but sad for. I'm gonna go finish reading this book. I have a lot of conspiracy theories about what could be going on, and I'm not gonna tell you them, but I'll let you guys know if like I had guessed the ending. And maybe I'll check in at like 75% if I feel so inclined. Otherwise I'll check in with you guys when I'm done before I start Miss Bad Blood. But it is currently 1:20, so bye, y'all. This camera's making me want to DIE. Like this one screw just gets loose every time like I use it, and then my flip up screen is just upside down. Anywho, I'm at 67%, and it's like a 2, this book, honestly. It's so boring. There's all these weird notes between Hannah and her brother Gustav, or Goose as she calls him. But like, I'm really under the impression that he doesn't exist, or that he like died a long time ago, and that like she killed him. But the whole thing is just going very strange. And basically, like, right now her stepdaughter is causing all these issues, and I just don't know. I don't know where this can go. It says I have an hour and a half left, so I guess we will find out in an hour and a half where this goes. Hello guys, I just took a shower, didn't wash my hair, but I washed my face, but we're about to get started in Bad Blood. Before we get started about this, I'm going to tell you about my end feelings about Dear Hannah. So it's really hard. Most of the book was giving 3-star energy or 2-star energy, but the last couple of chapters really had me gooped and gagged, so I ended up giving it 3 stars, which gives me the dilemma of, like, I don't think I liked it enough to buy it, but I hate that I own the first one and don't own the second one. So there's that. But I want to know your opinion. Do you guys keep, what is your guys' opinions on keeping books? I keep books on my shelves that I give a 3-star or better, because anything that's 3 or better is something that I enjoyed, I thought it was good enough, and I would recommend it. Anything 2 or 1 or DNF obviously gets the boot. But my friend pretty much only keeps books that she plans on rereading, and so I'm just curious, what's your opinion? But yeah, that book was crazy. So many crazy things happened, and the ending was a little bit anticlimactic, but like what got us to the ending was pretty wackadoodle. So overall it was a 3-star. Now we're about to get into this. I'm just gonna read you guys the first line. Without order there is chaos. Without order there is pain. So in these books there's these chapters that are titled You, and it's like the point of view of like the bad guy. So that's exciting, and I'm excited to get started on this. It's very bittersweet, and my friend were talking about it, and we're like, I don't want it to end. But I think, so before this was like a 3-star. The book before that was like a 3.5, 4. I'm needing something that's gonna really knock my socks off, and this has an average rating of like a 4.36, I think, something crazy. So I'm gonna go get started on this. My plan for the evening is to read as much as I can. It's like 8:30 probably. So I have quite a few hours before I go to bed. And then tomorrow I don't have to leave my house until 4. Tomorrow is Super Bowl Sunday when I'm filming this. And I'm going to my friends for the Super Bowl. And so until we leave for that, we ain't got shit going on. So I hope to read maybe all of this before we leave tomorrow. That would be stellar. My hair, it's like the underneath layer is soaking wet. I need to put it back up. Goodbye. Y'all, I read half of this last night, and I only have 2 hours left, plus the novella, which is probably going to be like an hour. And the fact that I have only like 2 hours left of this world is breaking my little baby heart. I don't want to be done with it. I don't ever want to finish. Ugh, but it is so good. They have followed a lead now to Oklahoma, and it's getting crazy. Again, I don't want to say anything because there's like, basically I was explaining this to my husband, and with the Naturals, like I said, it's like Criminal Minds. And so when you're watching Criminal Minds, each episode starts and finishes in the episode, like the whole like case completes. And then throughout the show, there's like a big overarching storyline that runs through all of the show that you don't like need, but it like adds to it. And that's kind of how these books have been. Like The Naturals, Killer Instinct, and All In have had like an entire case beginning to end in them, but then there's been a long running situation. There is like a long running situation going through the entire books, and that like overarching thing is what Bad Blood is about. So I don't want to like say anything about that, but it is getting so freaking juice-tastic, and I am so ready to just keep going. But I just want to like hug them all. We are getting a bit of Leah's backstory, a bit of Michael's backstory, which are, I don't really care about Michael. I think Michael's actually kind of annoying. I think he's my least favorite of everybody in the Naturals, but Leah is my absolute favorite, and I just love getting some info on her. But it is only 11, and I don't have to get ready until 3:30, so I have plenty of time to finish this. I'm a little sad, but we're gonna get going. You guys, I'm crying. We're almost done. It's almost over, and I don't ever want it to end. It's over, and I'm devastated. I finished Bad Blood, which is book number 4 in the Natural series. I am gonna tonight, after I get back from the Super Bowl party, quickly read 12, which is this little novella that's at the end of this, and it's like 140 pages, I believe. Cassie's 23 now. I don't really know how many years forward that is. I don't remember how old she is at the end, but it's like just a little bit. So I'll definitely read that tonight and I'll give you guys my review. But I did give this book 5 stars. Oh my god, so much crazy things happen. There were so many good quotes, and again, I feel like a broken record that I don't want to spoil anything because I just love this series so much, and I highly recommend. I think you can get like the whole box set for like $30-ish on Amazon. Highly recommend. And books 1 and 2 are on KU if you have a Kindle and you want to like try it out and see how you feel, but oh, it's just so good. I was at the last like 20%. I think I felt every single emotion. I had hives from anxiety. I was stressed. I was crying. I had full body chills. I was like so emotionally happy, so emotionally sad. It was so good. But it's pretty much the end of the naturals and basically no notes. And I would like to address Miss Jennifer Lynn Barnes personally and say 10 more. Minimum. I'll eat them all up. So once I finish 12 tonight, which I'll just tell you my rating on whenever I'm done, it does not have the best reviews. It has like a 3 point something on Goodreads, whereas like every book in the natural series is like mid 4s. But we are gonna jump into Things We Left Behind next, which is a big fat chunker. It is the last in this Lucy Score series. I've read the first 2, which is Things We Never Got Over, Things We Hide from the Light, and I've read a Christmas novel of hers, The Christmas Fix, and I've given every book I've read by Lucy Score 4 or 5 stars. So I do think that I will quite enjoy this. This is about Lucian and Sloane. And like I said before, it's so weird that there's a Sloane in this and a Sloane in this. I feel like that's kind of a more unique name, but we're gonna jump into their story. He's like a bad boy and she's like a good girl, I think. It's kind of like the vibes, which is not really super my type of trope personally. I think it's kind of corny, but I know this is a lot of people's favorite book in the series, so with that I am looking forward to it. And I'm not going to do any more reading right now. I'm actually leaving here in about 20 minutes, so I need to go make sure Christopher is ready to go and finish packing up the snacks that I made. And yeah, but put Bad Blood on my finished shelf and we'll move into something a little bit more happy today. Okay guys, we're like done now. We finished Bad Blood and we read 12. I ended up giving 12 4 stars. Honestly, it's like a 3-star read, but nepotism with these characters made it be a 4. And so in 12, it's basically like 6 years later. It's our same cast of characters. They're all in different like parts of the country, and it's about their relationships with each other and working on a case. It was a cute little happy to see them time. Now we're gonna start Things We, I can't remember the name, like which order they go in. I know that it's Things We Never Got Over, Things We Hide from the Light, and Things We Left Behind, but I can never remember what order they are in. In this book, I don't know what it is about it, like the shape of it, I feel like is perfectly a brick. And so it is quite long. It's like 560 pages, but we're gonna get through it. It's like 7 right now. I'm about to eat, and then I'm gonna probably take a shower. I'm actually about to go pee first, if I'm being honest. And then I'm gonna eat some food, and then I'm gonna probably take a shower, and then I'm gonna hunker down, and I'm hoping to get like 30% into this, like maybe 200 pages or so. That's like my goal. We'll see. For me, usually I feel like most books I read over the course of 2 days, and I usually read like 25 to 30% of a book day 1, and then I read the rest of it day 2, because it's just book math is the second half of the book is shorter. It just is. So we're gonna get started on this. This is about Sloane and Lucian. Is that how you say that? L-U-C-I-A-N, Lucian, I think. Maybe I'll Google it, or maybe I'll just sound like an idiot for the whole video. You never know. But it's about him, and he's a vengeance-seeking mogul. We've seen him throughout the series. He's on a quest to ease his abusive father's mark on his family's name, and he spends every minute pulling strings and building his empire. The more money and power he gains, the safer he feels. He's giving, like, mob boss. except when it comes to one feisty small-town librarian, bonded by an old dark secret from their past and their current mutual disdain. Sloane trusts Lucian about as far as she can throw his designer-suited body. When bickering accidentally turns into foreplay, the flames are fanned and it's impossible to put them out again. But with Sloane more than ready to start a family, Lucian refusing to even consider the idea of marriage and kids, these enemies to lovers are stuck in an impasse. Until Lucian learns the hard way that leaving Sloane is impossible, the very least he can do is keep her safe. I am not an enemies to lovers girly. My favorite tropes are friends to lovers, fake dating, I like a second chance romance sometimes if they like had broken up for like a good reason the first time. I like Grumpy Sunshine. I like reverse Grumpy Sunshine. Enemies to lovers I do have issues with a lot of the time, and like hate to love, because like if somebody is my enemy, like I am a grudge holder, as you guys would have learned in my most recent book club book. And so like if something happens to make me really dislike Lucian and the way he is treating Sloane, I will not forgive him. So this book does have a very high rating on Goodreads, though, like a 4.4, so has like the highest percentage of people I've rated it 5 stars. And I do love that there are chapter titles. Let's see, what's chapter 1 titled and what's the first line? Also, I already like put it up on my Kindle. I love the dedication. It says, to 12-year-old, 17-year-old, 21-year-old, and 30-year-old me, you were never the disaster you thought you were. It's all gonna work out. Needed that. It's called Funeral Burrito, chapter 1. First line of the book. Let's read it. Ready? The swing creaked rhythmically under me as I used a toe to push off against the porch floorboard. That's a bad first line, but hopefully it's a good book. Series video. Hello guys, we are about 35% into this. I'm reading on my Kindle, not on that chapter because that chapter title is not familiar. Not that. I'm this far, which like in any normal book would be nearing the halfway point, but I'm 35% in. We're about to start chapter 16. I got this book used and you can see this person did dog ear this page, which is funny that we both stopped at the same page. Here we are. It's giving a 3 so far. I will admit the other two ended up being 4s, and I think at this point in both of the other books they were feeling like a 3, so I'm not really even shocked by that. I'm shocked that we're almost halfway through the book and they still don't like each other. They're still very much so in a I hate you phase, and I'm kind of getting sick of it. And I have theories as to why. I'm not going to tell you guys my theories because I don't want to spoil it, but I have theories as to like why they don't like each other. And if my theories are correct, my mindset is very much so like this happened 12 years ago and you're an adult now and you should be able to look at it in retrospect and see that they were just trying to do what's best for you. So I'm kind of hoping I'm wrong, because otherwise I'm going to be a little bit irritated. But I'm having a snack right now and I'm about to watch a YouTube video, and then it's like already past 11 o'clock, but I do plan on trying to get to like 70% today. This also had, the chapters in this book are like 20 pages long, and that is criminal. When a romance book is this long, you gotta have quick chapters. Like, it's a brick, and the chapters are so fucking long, so long. And so, for me, I know like, my friend Andrea, she's always like, it doesn't matter, it's still the same length of a book. For me, the reason it matters is I read at night primarily, and when I'm reading, especially my Kindle, if it's like 4 minutes and I get to like chapter 10, it says 4 minutes left in chapter, 8 minutes left in chapter, I'm like, oh, I'll read it, why not? Oh, 6 minutes left, might as well just read it. And it makes me like continue, whereas with this, I'm like 15 minutes left in the chapter, 20 minutes in the chapter. Do I want to commit to that right now? It feels like a big commitment, and I feel like it makes me not want to continue. So, but this is my biggest book on my TBR. So once this one's done, we'll have the biggest one out of the way, which is exciting. But I'm feeling ready to be done with it. I'm hoping with today's reading, I get to a point where I'm like enjoying it. But right now, it's just so whatever. And I just don't think, I think oddly enough, the pink one is going to be my favorite, which is very me for my favorite one to be the one that nobody likes. But I feel like I have hot takes. But after this, I'm reading Incidents Around the House, and I'm excited. I haven't read like a spooky book. I've read like thrillers and horrors, but none of them have been scary. And I think like haunted stuff is scary. So I'm so excited to be done with this so I can start that. But I will update you guys probably tomorrow. My plan for tomorrow is I'm going to film, you'll probably have seen it before this. I'm going to be filming my like wrapping up blind days with a book for my small business video. And then after that, my plan is to just read. I pretty much have done everything else I need to do. So that's the plan. We're 60%. We are 60%. What chapter am I on? 26? No. I think 29 maybe is what my Kindle says. Yeah, I think that's about it. Yes. On chapter 28, so we're like really close. We're at 60 some odd percent. And I fear this is gonna be my least favorite book. I really do. It's still sitting at a 3 and I'm so bored. All of the parts that are Lucian talking about like his job and his work, like eyes are glazed over. We're getting to like the more spicy part of the book, which is fine. I know that about this book, so it's not like a shock. But it's like back-to-back 20-page chapters and I'm just like, can we get to some plot, please? So I'm not Live Laugh Loving, and it's 3-starring. Like I'm gonna keep it, and even if I hated it, I would keep it because it's the 3rd book in a series and I gave the other 2 books 4 stars. So there's that. As of right now, it is a 3 and I do plan on finishing it today whenever I'm done working. My work only takes me like maybe 4 or 5 hours today, and then we'll be able to get her finished. But it's giving 3. Finishing series video conclusion. We did it, guys. We have completed 3 series. Check them off, get them off the list. They're gone, they're done, finished. And I am so excited. We were able to finish the Baby Teeth duology. We read Dear Hannah, pop it up here. That was a 3-star read. It was fine. It was whatever. It's not exactly what I wanted out of a sequel. I would have rather the story been about Miss Hannah's life in her adolescent years rather than as an adult, but it was still very engaging and I enjoyed it. Then we read both Bad Blood and the little novella 12 to finish out the Natural series. Bad Blood was a 5-star, 12 was a 4-star, which it's objectively more of a 3-star, but I just love these characters so much that any pages extra with them I ate up. Okay, so this was definitely the shining star of this video. I absolutely loved it, and I would read a million more books about these characters, and I feel like it's just wishful thinking because I know the series is complete, but it wasn't like ended in a way that it couldn't continue one day. So I will hold out hope that one day we will get a 5th book. Maybe that's a pipe dream, but I'll keep dreaming, baby. And then last night we did finish the Knock 'Em Out series with The Things We Left Behind. And y'all have a lot of feelings about this. I know that this is the highest rated. It has a 4.41 on Goodreads, which is crazy high. And everybody loves Sloane and Lucian, and everybody loves this book, and they think it is so great. This was my least favorite book in the series. The pink one, Things We Hide from the Light, is my first favorite. #1 favorite, which I know is a hot take. And then Things We Never Got Over, the blue one. And then the purple one, Things We Left Behind. I think, like, I just am not, like, a fan of, like, the dynamic between like the good girl and the bad boy. It's just really not for me, and the fact that they refer to him throughout the entire book a million times as Suit Daddy really made me want to throw up in my mouth a little. So for that reason, I did give it a 3. I did like Sloane, and I liked the talk about grief and losing a parent in this book, but overall it's not something I super loved. It's fine. I'm glad I read it. I'm glad the series is over. But that is everything, guys. That is everything for this finishing series video. Should I make more videos like this to get through more of the, it motivates me to get through them, so maybe I will. But with that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.